Alright, this is my informative speech about steroids. Have you ever thought to yourself how athletes put on so much muscle or become shockingly good out of nowhere? It's because they are probably taking steroids. Anabolic steroids are drugs that replicate human sex hormones like testosterone and estrogen that are taken illegally and often abused by athletes to increase their athletic ability on the playing field. Steroids are also known as PEDs, which are performance-enhancing drugs, and are taken by athletes to increase their athletic performance on the field. So why do athletes continue to use them? Do you think the use of steroids by well-known athletes encourages young people to use these drugs? A recent poll by ABC News/ESPN shows that more than 8 in 10 Americans say that they are concerned that the use of steroids by these well-known athletes encourage young people to use these drugs. In this speech, I would like to discuss several main points about steroids, such as the history of steroids, the side effects of steroids, and several examples of athletes that have been caught using steroids. Let's begin with the history of steroids. Steroids can be turned back to 1931 when Adolf Butenandt first purified 15 milligrams of the male hormone androsterone from tens of thousands of liters of urine. This steroid was then synthesized in 1934 by chemist Leopold Ruzicka. When looking at the history of steroids, we first want to examine Dr. John Ziegler. According to oralsteroids.com, Ziegler was a U.S. physician for the Olympic team that first brought us the drug known as Dianabol. He developed the drug in response to Soviet Union's dominating blow to the U.S. at the Olympic Games. After this, the development and evolution of anabolic steroids took off. Next, I would like to talk about some of the side effects that come from the use of steroids. There are two forms of side effects, short-term and long-term. Some short-term effects that you should be aware of are roid rage, testicular shrinkage, hair loss, and acne. Some of the long-term effects that you should be aware of are growth problems, liver problems, and prostate cancer. Last, I would like to talk about some examples of professional athletes that have been accused of taking steroids. First is ex-Major League Baseball player Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is one of baseball's all-time best home run hitters, as he holds the record for the most home runs in a career at 762. All of his accomplishments are soon to be tarnished by the use of steroids. This is Barry Bonds right here. As you can see, his rookie year he was very skinny, and by the time he made his way to the end of his career, he was pretty big. The next professional athlete I would like to discuss would be Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire is considered one of baseball's all-time best hitters. McGwire averaged 1 home run every 10 at-bats. In 2010, Mark McGwire admitted to the press that he did, in fact, take steroids. This is Mark McGwire before he took steroids, and that's Mark McGwire after he took steroids. Pretty big difference. In conclusion, I hope you all have gained a little more knowledge about the history of steroids, the side effects of steroids, and some of baseball's best players that now have gained a negative reputation due to their use of steroids. If the thought of steroids ever crosses your mind, maybe you should stop and think twice about the damage it can cause to your body.